Good morning to all. Hope you all are fine. Dear children, in our last class we discussed about adaptation in plants, is it? So now you familiar what is habitat, what is adaptation, is it children? What is habitat? It is the place of organism, okay, place for animal or plants to live. That is habitat. What is adaptation, children? That is the special features adapted that organism to serve its habitat, is it? So I think all you learned. Now we can learn about aquatic plants and terrestrial plants. That means based on the adaptation, plants can be categorized into two. Okay, based on its adaptation, plants can be categorized into two. Some plants which are live in water. Some plants which are live in water. What we call, children? That is aquatic plant. Aquatic or hydrophytes. We call it as aquatic or hydrophytes. Can you say any example for this one? Plants which are live in water. Commonly is in lotus, right? Okay, so example for that one. Lotus we can say. Lotus, hydrilla, hyacinth, like that. Then some plants which are live on land. Some plants which are live on land, that we call terrestrial plant. That we call terrestrial plant. Okay, children, can you say any example for the terrestrial plant? Easy example you can say it, like banyan tree, anything you can say, banyan tree, cactus tree, like that. Okay, children. So based on the adaptation, plants can be categorized into two. What are they? Aquatic plant and terrestrial plant. The word itself, aquatic, means plants that grow in water. That is aquatic plant. Plants which are grow on land is called terrestrial plant. Okay, children. Then again we can classify these aquatic plants into three. So dear children, based on adaptation of aquatic plants, plants can be categorized into again floating, fixed and submerged, right? That we learned, is it? Then floating plant, you can see it is float on the surface of the water. It is also float, but it is doesn't float along with the flow of water, and it is completely inside the water. And we can check the example of hyacinth. What are the different adaptations seen in hyacinth? We can check. Okay, first we can take its root. Okay, root, it is not fixed to the water. That's why it can easily float. Okay, root is not fixed to the soil. Then what about its leaf, children? Leaves have stomata on upper surface of the leaf. Every time stomata is upper surface of the leaf. But in aquatic plants, you can see the stomata on upper surface of the Stomata you can see upper surface of the leaf. Okay, that's why they can easily exchange the gases. Okay, then what about its body? Its body is spongy body. So it is, that means air filled body, so they can easily float on the surface of the water. That are the main three adaptations in floating plant. Example, hyacinth. Next I am going to say about the fixed plant. In fixed plant, what are the adaptations seen in? For example, when we are taking the lotus, you can see its root. First I am going to take again root. First, in its root, it is fixed to the soil. Root is fixed to the soil. What about its leaves, children? Its leaves also have stomata seen on upper surface of the leaf, so they can easily exchange the gases. Then its leaves also very widespread leaf, disc shaped leaf. That means it can easily take the sunlight. Okay, so it is a disc shaped leaf. Okay, children. Then leaves are disc shaped. Its body also, its stem also hollow stem. That's why they can easily flow on the surface of the water. Okay, so now you clear, children. Its leaves also waxy leaves. Why it have a waxy leaves, children? Waxy leaf means waxy leaves. It's like a plastic coat. Okay, that's why it is helpful to prevent the decay of the plant. Okay, So its leaves is a waxy leaf and its leaves has a disc-shaped structure and stomata also seen on the surface of the leaf. These are the different adaptations seen in fixed plant. Next, we can say about the example of submerged plant is hydrilla, like a ribbon-shaped leaves. And what about its roots, children? Its root is completely fixed to the muddy soil. Okay, root is fixed to the muddy soil. And it lives in the stomata? No, because it is completely under the water. Okay, so how can they exchange their gases, children? Without stomata, how can they exchange their gases? Actually, they take the dissolved gases from the water through its body. Okay, that is the leaf speciality. These are the different features of different adaptation of aquatic plant. Okay, so now all of you understood, children. So you can, when you are learning time, you have to be learn with example. Then it will be easy for you. Okay, take the picture of hyacinth, then lotus and hydrilla, and you can easily learn what are the adaptation in leaf, root, stem, like that. Okay.